The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Everybody here that's frickin' pissy needs to get over it.
I'm not giving an interview about it. I totally disagree with it.
It can change that quick and you can get hurt that quick.
They're not getting any final interviews from me.
And to do it for all sake of television show, I think it's just like ridiculous.
My name is Tim Dowd. I've been a professional guide and outfitter for over 30 years. I know what it takes to get it done in America's roughest mountain. I get my clients within spitting distance of stunning big bull elk and monster black bears. Each year, I invite students from around the world into mine. They all say they want to learn what I know. Outfitting is one of the most demanding jobs in the world. 20-hour workday is normal, and only the toughest have what it takes. They are mine for a month, my ranch, my rules. I will find out who's tough enough. You never know what's gonna happen, but I guarantee they'll never forget Outfitter Bootcamp. The lessons we call war games are so we can set up a situation where the student has actual experience guiding a client and calling an elk into him.
I'm definitely learning a lot in playing out the scenarios that could go down. It's just, obviously you're not gonna go out a dozen times during a hunting season and get practice like this. And, you know, it's unpredictable, and that's what hunting is.
Okay, let's go. That's your tie-up tree right there.
Got your lunch,
Yep,
license,
yep,
and you have that backup release you were saying?
I do, yep.
Okay, and just want to know if you can shoot from a knee. If you can't, that's no big deal, but we're going to be sneaking down through this draw possibly.
Yep, I've shot up to 2 animals off the knee before, so if we have to, it's fine.
Don't move.
So did you have time to take her pack off, or did you forget about taking her pack off?
All right,
Or
we had
all
time.
of the above?
As soon as I bugled,
If that were a real life situation, we would not have time. I
Okay.
would have had to just.
So she would have had to shoot with the pack on. But you have to take the incentive of moving her, not hoping that the client does it. You lucked out where she knew what to do and moved on her own. But that's when you should have grabbed her and moved her over to the side.
she's quick.
The bull did a great job too, because I watched your eyes. I knew when you could see me. You came back to the tree raking, but you still kept watching me. It was good. It was really good.
Another good thing it does is it teaches the student to interact with the client. What a lot of people don't realize, and what a lot of students don't realize, is us as guides, we pretty much have to do everything but shoot the animal. Now we're ready to take care of the horses for the evening. So the students have to bell the animals. They'll have to decide which ones they turn loose. The others they'll lead, and the ones they turn loose, hopefully if they've picked the right ones, will follow them up above camp, and then they will be picketed or hobbled and out for the night so they can feed. Okay, now we have to lead everybody up above camp. So you can't lead everybody. Some have to be loose that you know are gonna follow. So you can lead 2 apiece, so you can take 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Who are you gonna let loose to follow?
I'm gonna take Babe, of course.
Well, it's the student's responsibility to always know where they're at and always keep track of them, whether it be tomorrow morning or in the middle of the night. You guys got to get the whole group up there. You can only lead a couple apiece.
So Kramer.
So we have to do more than one trip.
No,
I'd lead them
all the
horses.
other
will follow. The students will have to either hobble a couple animals or picket the animals. Hobbling the animal is placing a strap on their 2 front legs to prohibit their movement, slow them down so they don't move as far. Picketing is actually putting a hobble on 1 leg to a stake so the animal can only eat in a circle. You do that to your lead animals and that keeps the rest of them in 1 spot. So the lead animal doesn't take them off back to the trailhead. How do you know that was done for a television show? You're saying that's not part of my guide school?
Outfitter Bootcamp, presented by Pelican, is brought to you in part by Valero, keeping America moving. By Scentlock, carbon alloy is making you and Scentlock the deadliest combination. Go RVing, find your way. Visit GoRVing.com. And by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter.
In the backcountry, you have to be prepared for the unexpected.
Are we gonna draw, see who stays and goes, or what? We was all sitting around the fire, and we was just kind of chilling, not doing much. And I heard something, and I was like, that sounds like a bell. Hey, here comes the whole herd.
Here they come.
And they're moving.
I thought I heard something. And then I looked up, and it was like, holy crap, that was a bell. Here comes the whole herd.
Form a line.
Don't let them get past this camp.
Form a line.
Over here, get this cabin out of play.
Do not let Babe get past this camp.
Oh, Babe's got her hobbles off.
I personally, when I saw the whole herd of mules and horses come down, the first horse I saw was Babe, the leader, and I right away felt very responsible because I hobbled Babe that morning.
Somebody can go in and grab Babe.
I can go grab her. I'll grab her. I'm gonna get up the hill here.
Hey, somebody needs to be over here with us.
I'm coming.
Jenna's behind you.
Let's line up right I'll here. grab with the Babe. Snag.
Where's she at?
Hey,
She got her hobbles
Right
out?
there in the middle.
Yep.
Don't push them.
Just hang out.
Okay, hold the line here.
When the horses were coming at everybody and they weren't like running at us, I would not characterize our group mentality as hysterical in any way. I think everybody handled it really well.
Oh.
Here comes Babe.
Yeah. So we gotta catch. Hobbles off. Hobbles off.
Come here, baby girl. Come here.
Giving you that dirty
It's
look,
okay.
Jason.
Come here, baby.
Anybody that works with these animals knows it's a 1,200-pound animal, and the only thing that you're doing is controlling chaos. A horse can go up on you, a horse can kick you, a horse can, knock you unconscious, and it just happens, So you want to be very cautious.
Oh. Oh.
Don't let them go by you.
Hey, I got this side.
Once Babe's caught, get her turned headed the other direction.
Yeah.
Get that set of hobbles. Where is it? Set of hobbles back there?
Yeah, they're in the cabin.
The cabin?
Yeah.
The bottom line is you got to be prepared for the unexpected. It all goes back to day one, lesson one. Expect the unexpected.
They're following
Okay,
Babe.
as long as they're following Babe.
As long as you guys stay behind them, but don't get them running.
Yeah.
Hey, Blackie. No.
Come on.
Where's the other?
Come on.
Who are we missing?
Come on.
Mike
Come on,
ran
Kramer. Come
back
on.
to get that set of hobbles in case some fell off or something.
Where's Nick?
Come on.
I have no idea. Nick,
Yeah.
come on.
If we have to, we can just catch Barney.
I think that we all got organized and made a plan very quickly. I mean, In a matter of 3 minutes from the time we seen him, we probably had him caught and headed back up the trail right.
Apparently Diamond Bay and those other ones are still up there with hobbles on.
Oh, hell, no, they ain't. I found them.
How could they all get their hobbles off? Come on.
Isn't that a freak accident?
Exactly.
When something like that happens, what's the big deal? You got to deal with it, do what you got to do.
They took it down right at the gate, but all of them busted all their hobbles off.
All right, Jay.
Where did they go through the fence here?
Right here at the
Right
gate?
here.
Oh, not here.
No, right at the gate.
Okay, we need to check the ones that went through the gate.
Come on.
Well,
Get them all in and get the fence up first.
Go on, Maggie.
They didn't actually come through the gate, they knocked it down.
like someone.
They didn't.
Yeah, somebody took them off.
No, this
They
was
break
part
the
of
pole?
the setup, and to be able to hurt horses like this is it.
It all changes when you go up the mountain.
Oh,
Hey,
very
Blackie.
They could have gotten hurt. I would never have done that.
All right, let's hobble them back up.
You gotta
Other way around.
fan out and look for hobbles.
They're all right
They're
here.
all right here.
Give me a break.
We got a gash in Kramer.
Do we?
Yep.
How bad?
Oh, I don't think it's bad.
Let me see. It's old. That's flies.
Right. Where's it at?
Talking about this?
No, that.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be all right, but yeah, he's got cut up. Little nicks. He's fine.
His hobbles are wearing too.
I'm not sure how the horses and mules got let out. And then they came crashing through with a barbed wire, which could have really, really hurt them. So I disagree with this. I was upset at first, thinking this could all be my fault because my hobbled horse got out.
Okay, you guys are gonna have to have braces to keep this stuff up.
They did go through barbed wire, and to me, you know, I've seen horses run through barbed wire several times, and, you know, sometimes they come away with minor cuts and scrapes, and other times they come away with pretty significant injuries.
Shoot. Shoot.
It looks like everybody's back right now. We still have to make a, we have to check everybody over and we have to make a count to make sure everybody's in, but it looks like everybody's together.
They're all here, Jason? 21?
21, yeah, they're all
All
here.
right.
If the gate's all done, we can head back to camp.
Is the fence good?
Yeah.
Move out.
Horses, to me, are just as important as people, and I hate to think of them getting hurt.
Okay.
You guys.
You know, when things don't go as planned, there's certain people in this group that think there's some outside influence affecting it.
You can change that quick and you can get hurt that quick. And to do it for all sake of television show, I think it's just like ridiculous.
Everybody here that's frickin' pissy needs to get over it.
That's it.
I'm not giving an interview about it. I think I totally disagree with it.
I took my mic off. I'm done. That was like the dumbest thing in the world I've ever seen. Like, I know it's all for TV, but so many things could have gone wrong with that, and animals could have got hurt, and people could have got hurt. That was retarded. And I know like it's supposed to look simple and everything else, but come on, that's bad. Like you could have had animals wrapped up in shit over there, laying on the ground, cut up all the pieces, broken legs. Like that was just dumb. And I deal with them every day. Like that's bad. It's carelessness.
I'm not giving an interview about it. I think I totally disagree with it.
No, that was Tim's call.
Okay.
Not ours. No, he said he does that.
I disagree with it. I mean, they're lucky that one didn't break a leg. They're not getting any final interviews from me.
It is not my job to have all the students like me. At the same time, if all the students like me, I'm probably not doing my job. Okay, everybody here that's frickin' pissy needs to get over it.
I took my mic off.
Why?
Because that was like careless. That was like so many things could have went 100%, 110 ways the other direction. And I know all of us, you know, have worked around these animals, know that it can change that quick and you can get hurt that quick. And to do it for all sake of television show, I think it's just like ridiculous.
What was done for a television show?
Turning all the horses out.
How do you know that?
Because the halters and the hobbles were all tied up together in a nice little pile.
How do you know that was done for a television show? You're saying that's not part of my guide school?
It might have, if it is, I mean, why would we do that and run them back through barbed wire? Like, I understand they get out and we all know how to catch them and everything else, but why would we do that? Like here, to where they all plow through there, and I'm scared because I'm holding one horse and all of them come run through, and there's barbed wire strung across a 15-foot section, and they're trying to all pile through there, and
So why would I allow anybody to pack a mule on a cliff like we've been doing? That is way too dangerous.
Well, I understand that. But I mean, it could have went like 110, like that's part of it, you know, coming up here. Turning horses out just because.
So horses never get loose in the high country?
No, I believe they do. I understand that they do. But to have it set up, and I mean, I think it's like careless towards the animals. Like, it's frustrating as hell.
I know, you're frustrated with a lot.
Not a whole lot. Throughout the whole course, I've had nothing. You know, I've worked my ass off. I've done everything that he asked me to do. Sometimes I get frustrated with certain things, but I keep going through it. And I keep pushing through it, and I don't make a huge deal out of it most of the time. When I got hurt coming up the trail, I didn't say anything. I didn't make a comment about nothing. I said my pack was messed up because I was hurt because I got pushed through and got like underneath an animal. That's all I said. And I kept going. I never asked these guys for help. I never slowed down, nothing. All I knew is I had to make 100 yards to here with a Manny that was a little messed up. And I knew that, but I was like hurting, and I knew I could have made it there. That's the only thing, you know, that would bother me on this trip.
I surprise the students with all kinds of tests. I need to know if they've listened, and I need to know if they can react when something happens. Well, that's your opinion. This exercise showed me a lot with the students.
Okay. What did it show? Like, that's what I'm wondering.
How students handle a problem. Who handles it and who doesn't?
I handled it. I went in there, I grabbed the horse, I got them all back in there. I don't have a problem in doing that.
You have a problem right now?
I have a problem now because of the situation
you're not handling the situation?
If it was a normal situation, I would have handled it the same way.
Okay, so what you're saying is that, and I don't know if you're speaking for the whole class or whatever, but nothing should be set up. Everything should just be allowed to happen. And then when you have it, okay, let me finish, please.
Okay.
When you have a bad situation, you guys just learn on the fly.
If it happens, it happens. Like the past 3 weeks.
You didn't answer my question.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
I understand if it happens, it happens. But for the past 3 weeks, we've been taught how to catch horses, how to wrangle horses, how to move them, how to handle them. You know, and for me, I've already knew most of that. But half of you guys didn't. I understand that that's something else like that. But I think it could have been done in a little bit more of a controlled situation. I understand riding up a cliffside, yeah, it's dangerous. I understand that. But it's something that we have some control over. Nobody had control over that except for me, which I had one horse.
Everybody had control over the situation.
Who felt like they had control over it?
You guys might not have controlled the situation, but everybody did. You're saying you have full control over the situation when you're packing a mule coming up the trail?
As much as I possibly can.
How much is as much as you possibly can? We went from full control to as much as you possibly can. To me, there's a difference between those two.
All right. I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong or you're right. I'm trying to...
Well, obviously I'm wrong because I feel this way, and I feel like, that didn't need to happen. That was, to me, just, like, irresponsible. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I deal with these animals, not your animals in particular, but I've dealt with horses damn near half my life, if not almost all of it. And I've never seen a situation where you'd run them through a canyon like that, and then knowingly that you're going to haul ass back through the same hole they came through and have it laying down, balled up, and everything else as, part of it. I don't understand that.
Okay, well, if you think I'm irresponsible, that's your decision.
Outfitter Bootcamp, presented by Pelican, is brought to you in part by Valero, keeping America moving. By Sedlock, carbon alloy is making you and Sedlock the deadliest combination. Go RVing. Find your way. Visit GoRVing.com. And by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter.
I don't understand that.
Okay, well, if you think I'm irresponsible, that's your decision.
Jason got mad because he thought it was kind of immature, a little bit irresponsible, doing something like that. Jason has a little bit of a temper, so, Jason kind of let him know what he thought about it.
I just think that one thing was wrong.
Okay.
I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And I can't say I'm gonna feel any differently about it.
Okay, that's your opinion. Anybody else? Now's your time.
I was waiting for something for the horses to get out. I mean, I remember at day one or whatever, you said keep our eye, our ears open and expect something.
They were let out on purpose. I just feel really bad that they could have gotten hurt, really bad. I watched them crash through the barbed wire, and that is hard to watch.
Okay, and whose fault was that?
It's nobody's fault.
Okay.
It was unplanned. I just
So-
feel really bad for the horses and mules.
Everybody has to figure out that happens up here.
I did what I was supposed to do. I don't agree with the way it was done.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
The reason I got mad about that situation was to do that. I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no reason to provoke danger.
So here's my take this week. Once again, Jason lost his temper when the horses got out, but he did keep us cool and he did wrangle the lead mare. This is Tim's ranch and Tim's rules, and if you don't realize that by now, you're just not gonna make it.
This is a guide school. It's not an adult daycare center. My job is to teach the students not to be their mom or be their dad. To me, every rule is the same. There's not one that's more important than the other. But it's all just common sense rules. They're responsible for the horses, they're responsible for their tent, they're responsible for their camp. They have to do everything. So there's not anything that the students don't do that I'm not watching.